So it's July 10th, bug project. Where am I with the bug? Well, she's completely stripped out as far as I'm going to strip her out. Inside's pretty much gutted. Got everything out of the dash. Been working on little things here and there. I painted the handles for the heaters. Been painting a lot of the sundry things like parking brake handle, license plate brackets, bumper brackets, passenger footrest, things like that. Things that are going to take time for the paint to cure. So by the time I'm ready to put them back in, they'll have it a month for the paint to cure. They'll be nice and hard. Wiper blades and stuff like that. So I've been spending the last week or so working on the fenders because they're in tough shape. You can see where the black part is. I had to, there were a lot of chips in the paint, so I had to sand all those out. And this black stuff is rust converter. It turns the rust into something like tannic ferrite or ferric tannite, something like that. But this is to prevent the bare metal underneath from flash rusting. Eventually, these will get sanded down to 400 or 600 grit and be epoxy primed and painted. So I've done that. Had to do a little repair on this one. This was a little crunchy in the bottom. I can't weld, so I cleaned it all up, put a little JB weld in there to hold everything together, and then I'll bondo it from the outside. It'll look just fine. It's just a small area, not a big deal. These guys over here had a little bondo work done to them. There were some little dents on both of the front fenders, and I've cleaned those up with a little bit of bondo. Nice and smooth. So it should look good when it's painted. Again, these will get primed and painted. The other thing I've been up to is windows. I've got new seals on them with new chrome trim. That took some time, maybe a day, to get the hang of it. It's not too difficult to install these things once you realize how the rubber's supposed to go on. If you're planning on doing this, I'll tell you right now, use as little silicone silicone spray as possible. If you really lather this thing down, start putting on the trim or the rubber gaskets, everything's just going to keep falling off. So very judicious amount of silicone spray will get this done. Also put new seals on the vent windows and the vent windows themselves. Took the glass out and resealed them instead of using some sort of sheet rubber like the originals. I actually used a black latex caulk. It works really well. Put some little foam spacers around the perimeter of the glass so it centers the glass into the trim. Put a good thick bead of latex caulk inside the chrome trim. Set the glass in and the latex will ooze out, and if you put the right amount in, it'll ooze out all the way around. You just take a razor blade on edge and go around the edge, take the latex off, or excess latex off, and you've got a good seal. It should last a really long time if you buy the good stuff. So, the biggest issue with this project so far, and it's true of any project when you're working on something old, is to figure out where to draw the line. I mean, how far do you want to take like a restoration like this? Do you want to take it right back, pan off restoration, do a whole like Chris Malone, job, every nut, every bolt, and in the end have like a pristine, brand new looking car? It's a pipe dream. It's real nice. It'd be real sweet to have that, but my God, it would be expensive, and the amount of time it would take to do this would just be too much. So I'm figuring that out, where to draw the line right now. I'm going to be painting it. There's no question. I've already got the new carpet for the inside. Seats are good. We're painting the inside too. The headliner is good. That stays. Lots of new parts, lots of rubber parts, components, things like that. 51-year-old rubber is going to fail. The wiring is still good. Needs a little tweaking. But that's where it stands right now. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, leave them below. I appreciate you subscribing. And again, thanks for stopping by, and have a nice day.